Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Thursday, November the 7th, 2024. Let's take a look at and see what we got for today. Alright, let's get some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that will help you guys out. I give you different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas over there. If you're a brand spanking new player to the game, you're a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, there's a particular daily, weekly challenge that's giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that will help you. Try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. And of course, you guys are awesome with great comments and tips, which are greatly appreciated. Alright, so lo and behold, we have the double score weekend. Of course, it starts today, Thursday. It's going to go right in through the weekend and usually spills over into Monday. So just an FYI, if you're close to the ending of the current season 18 season pass, definitely a good time to do it. As you can see, it is quite high for me. And those of you who are maybe just joining in on the channel, if you take a look at the top right hand corner of the screen, I do have a 25% boost. And that 25% boost is a natural boost as being a Fallout First member, and I claimed that right off the Season 18 Season Pass, so just in case you guys are wondering. Now what you can also do is what I recommend you guys doing if you do have score booster drinks available. Of course, the score booster will boost it by another 25% for 24 hours, so you can only use one score booster drink at a time. So let's go ahead and do that. Now you might see, if you ever use a score booster drink, you might see your score not move or not increase, right? But what you do is you just back out. Basically, you just go back in again the same exact way, and you see how it kind of popped up there. So just an FYI. And just an FYI, the double score weekend does not pertain to weekly challenges. Okay, that's a lot of people think that they do, but they don't. Okay, so you can do your weekly challenge. You don't have to. You can do them right on Tuesday when they pop in. You don't have to wait for the double score because the double score does not affect, right? Only the daily challenges only. So just an FYI. Believe we also have the treasure hunter mole miners in town. You can definitely check out some videos that I made in the past. And treasure hunter mole miners aren't particularly picky on what enemy they hang around with. They hang around with all sorts of enemies, just not other mole miners. So just an FYI. All right, and you can even craft your own mole miner pails. So they have 3 different variations of the mole miner pails. They have just like the low level, medium level, then they have the ordnance mole miner pail, and that's the highest quality. So just an FYI, but I do have videos on all that stuff in the past. I just find I find mole miner treasure hunters a little hard to find at times, depending on the server that you're on. Okay, let's take a look here. There's not a whole lot we can do here in our camp. Let's take a look at this one here, collect caps 250. So there's a couple things that we can do to get this daily challenge done. We can go ahead and wait for someone to come to our camp, buy something from our vendor. Definitely could take a long time for that. All depends on what you have for sale, I guess. But you're better off just going around. You can go ahead and complete some events. You can go ahead and complete some daily quests. You can get some caps that way. You can join a team. And if your team members do events, you'll also get the benefit of some caps there as well. And you can go to a couple places here. For example, one such place is up here at the Morgantown Airport. There's all kinds of Scorched. If you're lucky enough to spawn in Collision Course, again, more Scorched, which means more weapons, armor, and chems. And you don't have to worry about being overweight. Just walk over here to the Morgantown station and sell it all to the NPC vendor for some caps. Now, you'll get more pipe weapons and more melee weapons up here. So what I recommend to people is come down here to Wells, because the mole miners down here will have shotguns, missile launchers, the gauntlets, and basically 19 caps and up each item. You don't have to worry about being overweight again. Just clear the town and just walk up here to the Wells station, sell it all to the NPC vendor. But the main thing you have to remember is when you're completing this daily, or sometimes it's the weekly, you have to make sure you have enough room in your purse. So your max is 40,000. So you see the bottom right hand corner, I'm 38,548. So I got all kinds of room there. But if you're closer to 40,000, you're doing these particular daily challenges, you got to keep an eye that you might need to go buy some stuff and make some room for the 250 caps. All right, so let's pop down here to Wells Station. We'll do it this way. And again, I apologize for the lateness of the video. I'm just getting off my 12-hour shift. And I appreciate everyone's patience and support during this time. I just can't get here any earlier than I already am. Right, let's go ahead here. We're just going to take care of these guys here. Now what we're going to do is just going to go ahead and pick up the weapons. Up here. Sometimes there are some weapons that are up here, so just an FYI. This guy's got a combat shotgun, a shotgun, so some of these mole miners actually have a couple weapons on. There's a couple weapons, there's right there. As you can see, usually up here there's about 2 or 3 weapons just hanging out here. Alright. That's all you do, just go around and pick up all the weapons. It's pretty good. He's got a shotgun. See the little pellets coming towards us? That's pretty cool. Some of them will have, you know, not only the ranged weapons, but they'll have a gauntlet on them as well. See, is that guy there? And this is definitely where it's at. You can easily get your caps easily. Spear. I think there's a robot nearby. Nice. Here's in a frozen state there. My VATS wasn't picking them up. Now sometimes there'll be a weapon over there. There's a baseball bat. There'll be a weapon on this table. Sometimes there's an explosion, so it might be on the ground. So just an FYI. But yeah, Welsh here is definitely where it's at if you're looking for caps. You could do this a couple times a week. Your limit would be the number of caps that the vendor has, okay, on the server, right? And all the robot vendors will have are all tied together in terms of caps. So if you empty out one robot vendor at, say, this train station, if you go to another robot vendor, another train station, they'll also be empty as well. So just an FYI there, in case you guys are new to the game and unsure. Usually there's a weapon up here as well. I'll grab that stim pack. I'll see one up here. Now, if you're ever here in Welsh, we have this little wreckage here, and it's always here. That's always good. It has really good stuff on it. There's usually a weapon right here in this tub here, but not today, apparently. Alright. 2 more guys up here, but we should have more than enough weapons at this point. Usually there's a weapon over here kind of laying at part of the floor. Sometimes it's a little hard to see. There's 2 more mole miners usually up there. And then of course we have that house area, and it's usually a random encounter area where you'll find enemies fighting other enemies, so just an FYI. Not gonna bother, but we have more than enough weapons on us. Right, and then all you do, don't worry about being overweight, don't even waste a carry weight booster. Just make your way over here to the train station. This just happened to be handy. Right, so there are some perk cards that will help us out here. Hit the right button, Jim. Under Charisma. You have this one here, Hard Bargain. And even, you don't have to have a level 3, even if you have a level 1 or level 2, it's only going to help you, so you might as well just apply it, okay? And if you have Grape Mentats under Aid, Again, same thing, better barter rates for 10 minutes, so you can definitely get more caps that way as well. We're just going to use that perk card. And as we sell this stuff, as you can see, we're going down to the weapons section. And you can see what we're going to get. So you see 29 caps, and again, it all depends on the condition. But as you can see, a lot of them are like, you can easily get all kinds of caps down here, and you can do this little run down here if you're like a newer player, and you're hard up for caps, and I definitely know what that's like. You can see the pipe weapons don't give you a whole lot. There's our go. There's our collect caps, 250 for 250, done. Right, just like that. Okay, let's go ahead and put our cards back. Way down here, Jimmy. There we go. Oh, faster. Right, there we go. Nice. All right, that's next here. Let's keep this ball rolling. Let's go ahead. We'll finish this one up here. Cripple Ghoul's leg too. So when I loaded in my camp was attacked by some ghouls, but I tried to go for headshots instead of the leg just so I could show you. But I know most of you know how to do this by now, but just in case there's always someone new to the channel. So it's always good to that's why I always kind of go into detail on every single challenge there, just an FYI. So there's great spots we can find ghouls in around the wasteland, especially up here in the forest region. Of course, we have Vault 76, so just to the west. We have the upper lower parking lot, all kinds of ghouls there. We have Alpine River cabins. Just travel the roads of Morgantown, you'll come across little patches of ghouls, about 4 to 6. Eastern Regional Penitentiary on the inside. Right down here inside the Charleston Capitol building, D&V building. Okay, anywhere in around White Springs, the golf club and such. Right down here in Lewisburg, just to name a few spots for you guys. Okay, pretty easy. Let's go to Vault 76. It's a free fast travel, of course. Everyone will have that one. Right where you first spawn into the game. Now, if you're looking to cripple Ghoul's leg here, okay, there's some weapons are good for crippling and some aren't. Okay, the drill works good, of course. Good to have power armor on or be a tanky build because you're gonna get up close and personal. Shotgun works good, but better to have the Enforcer perk card under agility equipped. Of course, most ballistic weapons work quite good. Plasma caster, plasma rifle works pretty good as well. Some energy weapons don't work as good, so just an FYI, not all weapons are created equal when you're trying to cripple. You can go ahead and free aim if you so wish, definitely nothing wrong with that. I know myself, I like to use VATS, and when you do under perception, we do have a perk card that'll help us out under, it's called Concentrated Fire, allows us to move our VATS around from head, torso, arms, and legs, okay? And really, we only need one ghoul, right? If you have the right weapon, and left leg, right leg kind of deal, you can definitely do it that way. With the leg here. There you go, just like that. And ghouls are so funny when you cripple them because they slow right down. And I usually recommend that to people, especially if you're new to the game. I know what it's like. The ghouls can be a little overwhelming. And, they kind of run up and get in your face. Usually a couple of them at the same time. But if you can shoot for their legs, even just randomly, just free aiming, and to try to cripple them, it'll slow them down. And that way it'll allow you to kind of move back. Give yourself a little bit of breathing space kind of deal, right? You know what I mean? If you're brand spanking new to the game. Just a little pro tip there. What's next? Sell Bloatfly meat to an NPC vendor 1. So I did make a video a little while ago where to find Bloatflies, okay? And you can definitely check that out. I think it's only like a 20-25 minute video. It's all timestamped. Bring you guys to some great locations to find Bloatflies reliably. Find a bunch of them up here at Aaron Holt Homestead just to the south in that field. And of course, a whole whack of them over here at the New River Gorge Resort. Alright? So let's go over here to the New River Gorge Resort. There's going to be some ghouls here as well. So it's kind of a mixture of ghouls and Bloatflies when you come here. So you actually have come here, you can actually have crippled these guys here at the same time. See how they just kind of run up on you? Okay, so the main thing we got to remember when we kill the Bloatfly is we have to pick up the Bloatfly meat. Okay, now one thing with this particular daily challenge, we don't have to cook the meat. we just sell the Bloatfly meat as is. All right. So let's go ahead there. You just go down this path in this main house. And I highly recommend you kind of go for the torso with these guys, because sometimes these guys are so small they can be a little hard to kind of free aim. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's pick up our Bloatfly meat. That's all we need is just one. All right, but we can find about 8 of them here. All right, so just an FYI. And all you do is just go around, just make a big loop around this building. There's all kinds of, but all you need is one Bloatfly meat. Alright, so once when you have your Bloatfly meat, again, usually these type of daily challenges, we have to cook it. Okay, but this one here, we just sell the Bloatfly meat as is to the NPC vendor. And of course, the NPC vendor can be any robot vendor at any train station, any robot vendor down at the White Spring Mall. Alright, right this icon right here, if you go to the inside, it'll bring it right down to the mall. Okay. If you go to this icon, it's just another loading screen, basically. All right, just an FYI. There's a robot vendor right here in good old Flatwoods in the White Church. Of course, we have good old Duchess up here at the Wayward. Sometimes our camps get visited by traveling merchants all the time, so just an FYI, right? So let's pop over to the Wayward. We'll sell this Bloatfly meat to the Duchess. That'll be our NPC vendor. Put this gun away so we don't scare her patrons there. And let's go aside here. Go ahead and trade. Trade our Bloatfly meat as is. There we go. So Bloatfly meat to an NPC vendor, 1 for 1, done. Easy peasy. Alright, good stuff. What's next? Let's go ahead and kill Floater 3. So I do have a lot of older videos or standalone videos that I made a long time ago when I first started making YouTube, but they're still valid here today, and they're great spots to find floaters, guaranteed spots still. 3 of them up here at Darling Sisters Lab. 6 of them up here at Willard's Corporate Housing. You can find maybe 3 or 4 in around Grafton randomly. Usually there's a couple around Grafton Steel, like in around the steel yard, like that workshop. We have this big hole in the ground called the Big Maw. Usually there's 6 of them here. There's 3 up top and 3 down in the hole, FYI. When you spawn in here at Huntersville, if you turn around and go right back down the hill, there's usually 3 right to the left-hand side of you when you're going down the hill from Huntersville. In the main entrance. And of course we have 3 of them guaranteed here at the Red Rocket Filling Station. Many great spots we could find these guys. So let's pop up here. We're going to go to Darling Sisters Lab. Nice and easy in terms of floaters go. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, I give you guys as many locations as I can because I realize not everyone likes fast traveling or not everyone has the caps to fast travel. But at least give you guys the option of other places you can go. The only thing that will keep you a little bit of a hindrance if you are on a server with other people, you can go to these places and, you know, maybe it's already kind of cleared out. Get these guys right in the head, probably the best way. Go floater 3 for 3, done, just like that. Super easy. In terms of floater scout, these guys are probably the easiest you'll ever come by. Nice guaranteed spot. Wait, what's next? Alright, let's do this epic one. So I did re-roll kill mutated enemies, and I got this one here instead. And of course, an epic one, it is totally random when you do re-roll a daily or weekly challenge. Sometimes just a regular one, sometimes it's an epic one. Again, it's just random. And of course, it's always good to do an epic one because you do get more score for it, as you can see there. Complete an event in the Toxic Valley region. Of course, that is up here. Okay, so we do have one event going on right now. It's called Manhunt. So we can go over and do that, but we're going to spawn in our own event over here at Grafton. So let's go to Grafton Station. We're going to go into Grafton and see if we can spawn in either Grafton Day or Protest March. See which one pops in. You can spawn in events yourself on public servers as well. You guys have seen me do that many a times. Now, if an event doesn't spawn in for you on a public server, it's just because it was spawned in maybe recently, and there's a little cooldown involved with that, so just an FYI. Because I am on a private server, so it's a little easier for me to spawn them in. Protest march, nice. Let's keep going here. And of course, protest march is always in the same area over here. Even though you see protest march at the top right hand corner, you see, you know, counting down from like 30 minutes. It's definitely not gonna. Can you see me? What a chance. There's another floater there. It's not gonna take anywhere near that long, so just an FYI. You guys have seen me do this enough. We have someone up there being aggressive towards us. See if I can get that guy way over there. Now the second wave will have a couple of robots like this you see here. Now there's always going to be super mutants here, so just an FYI. My lord. How you doing that little mug shot there, buddy? Yeah, he doesn't have a face left, that guy. Get this guy from over there. Burp. Heard another scorched around. How you doing, buddy? There you go, complete the event in the Toxic Valley region. Just like that. Super easy. Oh, there's a legendary treasure hunter right there. So of course they'll all have this radio kind of sound to them. And when you do hit them, you gotta hit them hard, because even though they look big and bulky, they got some legs on them, man. As you can see. Alright, don't forget. Oh, Ornate, Mole Miner Pale, love it. That's awesome. So that is the highest level of Mole Miner Pails. And of course we can craft our own, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And I actually have a video of me showing you how to do that. It's expensive. Like it will cost you a lot of caps. Like if you get a lot of caps you gotta take care of, or you gotta get rid of. You can try it out if you wish, but I don't recommend it. Because there's not a, I know when I've crafted them in the past, there's not a whole lot I've gotten from them. Alright, so just an FYI. Alright, good stuff. That's awesome. Nice to see one of those guys. They may or may not do a video. As I said, they can be a little bit more scarce than the spooky scorched, holiday scorched kind of deal. As scarce as those guys are, as we all know. So just an FYI. And as you can see, they're not picky of what enemy they hang around with. Okay, more so in areas where there's lots of enemy, basically, is where you'll find them. All right, what's next? All right. This is the best built camp 1. So I am on a private server, but we do know that we will have best built camps that will pop in on private server. So I don't see one here. So let's go ahead. We're going to quit. I go to a public one here. Alright, let's open it up here. So again, let's take a look before we for our best built camp here, Jimmy. Huh! No best built camps. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Let's server hop again, I guess. We did have to do this, if you guys remember, about a month ago or so. And we had to server hop a couple times to get on a server that had a best built camp, as strange as it sounds. I think something so new to the game, they would just, you know, pop up. Like, just pop up like snap of a finger, blink of an eye kind of thing. And all it does for me, it just pushes the video out a little bit longer. Alright, there we go. We get a best built camp here. Good stuff. Alright, so let's take a look here. This is a best built camp 1, so of course we are on a public server with other people. And best built camps, of course, as I mentioned, we can find them on private ones, usually like 1 or 2, but usually when we're looking for it, we'll never find it, so I had to go to a public server here. So let's go ahead. We'll just pop down to this person's here, and we'll just pay the caps. Now, if you are low on caps, of course, you can utilize the free fast travels in and around the game, as long as you have them discovered, so FYI. And of course, we just got to visit it, so let's get in and around the area here. There we go. Visit the best built camp, just like that. Nice. Nice. Alright, what is next? Visit another player's shelter 1. Okay, so again, if we take a look at the map, and we're going to use this person's camp here as an example. So you have the main camp icon. Now, of course, they have, you know, different icons underneath. They have the V for vendor, and the red one is for a shelter. And of course, the orange ones we talked about the last 2 weeks means they have a spooky candy bowl still out. But the one you're looking for this particular daily challenge, looking for the shelter. So they must have the red icon. This one, for example, does not have a red, doesn't have anything on, so there's no point going to that one, for example. Okay. This one over here, as you can see, has a V for vendor and the red for a shelter. So just an FYI, you don't have to know the person. You don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to be on a team with them. Just go ahead and visit their camp and just go inside their shelter. That's all you gotta do. Alright, so here's their shelter right here. That's weird how that's popping up. That's odd. I don't know why it's doing that. Hey, whatever, man. Okay, there we go. Visit another player's shelter, 1 for 1. Done. Just like that. Easy peasy, and then pop back out. Now, of course, when you do go inside someone's shelter, they will get a notification. As the same as someone went inside your shelter. Same deal. You'll get a notification that someone is inside your shelter and leaves at the same time. So just an FYI. Nice little spot here. Love it. Alright, I think we're done. I think we are done. Look at that. Nice. So double score weekend. Pretty awesome. Utilize some score boosters if you have them. Good time. Alright. Let's go ahead. We're going to pop back over to my camp here real quick. And we'll take a look at the weapon of the day. I almost forgot. As you guys could probably tell, because yeah, he's gonna forget here. Work a 12-hour shift is what that does to you. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the weapon of the day. Of course, most of you can tell if you guys watched the last couple of days. Jesus. It's this 2-shot hunting night vision lever action rifle. It's probably one of my most favorite weapons in the game. Had this guy for a very, very long time, and very powerful. It's probably one of the most powerful weapons I have, as you guys can probably tell. Plus 1 projectiles, plus 100% recoil, plus 20% damage, minus 150% hipfire accuracy, plus 50% chance to hit a target in VATS, plus 100% faster movement speed while aiming, night vision. So the mods I have is the hardened receiver, true long barrel, true stock, long and night vision scope suppressor, and the hunter lever action paints. You can see the on the metalwork there, the engraving looks really cool, right? Those of you who have this type of, you know, like a lever action in real life there, they all have like a real nice engraving on that little part there. Just love it. Totally love it. Now, someone did mention to me there, Drew had mentioned that, I don't know when, but they're supposed to be nerfing the two-shot weapons. I hope that doesn't happen, because I just love this weapon. It's amazing. And I know it's powerful, but it's fun. You know, it's all about having fun, and I don't know why they do that stuff. But anyway, I hope they don't do that. Of course, the perk cards. Nothing real special, of course, of being a rifle. We get Rifleman, Tank Killer, Expert Rifleman, Master Rifleman, all maxed right out. Suppressor, Covert Operative, Adrenaline. So just an FYI. Legendary perk cards, as I mentioned, these never change for me. These are always the same. And last couple seasons, I've been able to make it way past 150, like I am this season. I get all kinds of tickets. Usually I buy the perk coins, and that's how I've been able to max them out. So I should be able to max this one out here, no problem. And then I'll just be using the rest of the tickets to buy atoms. Yeah, why not, right? All right, there you guys go. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Boogaloo Bronson, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Robco, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, Mr.Prince, NotMeButMeYesMeThatsMe, G33K. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.